Hello and welcome. My name is Lori Lander, founder of Lori Lander Coaching, and I help women who may be feeling disconnected, unfulfilled, or stuck in life create an exciting new chapter filled with passion, purposeful work, meaningful relationships, and connections with a like-minded tribe. If you have not done so already, make sure and click on the link below to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you do not miss a single episode. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking all about letting go of those relationships which no longer serve you. And in this episode, you are going to learn why I am so passionate about this topic, how to know when it is time to let go, one bit of advice that was given to me that was a complete game changer, why letting go is important, and also steps that you can take to let go. Now, many women spend a majority of their time getting attached to people, places, things, thoughts, and emotions that really do not serve them in the best way possible. And when we surround ourselves with that which does not serve us, we tend to end up in struggle. And letting go is definitely something that I have struggled with over the years, as I'm one who likes to hold on tightly. I will share with you a bit about me to help you understand why I am so passionate about this topic. I created a story in my head when I was younger that I must hold on tightly to those that I love no matter what. And I took this statement to heart and I lived by it. I loved those who were in my life fiercely and without compromise, no matter what. Although, as time went on and certain relationships in my life began to change, I learned that holding on was actually causing me unhappiness and stress. And I was so confused because I still had that statement blaring in my head that I must hold on tightly no matter what. I lived many years of my life and I was trying to hang on to what used to be and hoping that what was will be again. But time would go by and some relationships in my life would leave me feeling empty, lonely, and sometimes drained. And the fact was, the relationships I had with certain people had changed, and so had I. I realized that by hanging on to what once was actually was causing me to not only live in the past, but I was missing out on my present life and those relationships that were bringing me joy and peace. And I also realized that I needed to delete that old tape that I kept playing over and over in my head, that I must hold on tightly to those I love no matter what. So I worked super hard on my mindset and I deleted my old story. And this was really freeing for me. And I realized that by allowing myself to let go of what used to be, I was able to be fully present in my current reality and embrace those I love who are near and dear to me. And there's a quote that I came across that said, "Sometimes people come into your life just to teach you how to let go." And when I read this, it sent chills through me. I felt as though the quote was literally written and meant for me. And I now understand that many relationships serve a reason or a season. And this does not necessarily mean that there was not a loving relationship there. It simply means that the relationship served its purpose during that time. Now, you might be wondering, well, how do I know when it's time to let go? And if you're wondering, you may want to ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, how do I feel when I spend time with that person or when I get off the phone with that person? Do I feel happier or do I feel more anxious? Ask yourself, does this relationship allow me to show up as my most authentic self? Does this relationship bring out the best in me? Do I feel energized, nourished, and supported? Or do I feel drained, lonely, and disconnected when I'm with this person? These are important questions to ask yourself. And you want to surround yourself with those who allow you to be the best version of yourself, and also who allow you to feel good about yourself when you're with them. I tell my daughters this all of the time. So take notice of how you feel when you are with certain friends and family, and also take notice of how you feel after you have been with them. And when you're experiencing feelings of self-doubt, negativity, and anxiety from a relationship, These are all signs that you may want to pay attention to. There was one piece of advice that was given to me, which was a complete game changer in how I viewed my own relationships, that I have never forgotten. And it's a great way to do a self-check. Ask yourself if you feel lighter or heavier when you're with certain people. And if you tend to feel a heaviness when you're around them, it may be time to take a closer look at the relationship. And this was so eye-opening for me when I began to take notice. Now, letting go, it can be hard at times, and I get it. So I want to talk for a moment about why letting go is so important if you're in a relationship that is not serving your highest good. When you hold on tightly to your past and to what was, you tend to hold yourself back from personal growth. And sometimes, without even realizing, you end up silencing that small voice from within that is trying to tell you that the time has come to make a change. We tend to bury our feelings of unhappiness out of the fear of that change. And by burying these feelings and staying put, we make it even harder on ourselves, which can result in feeling stuck and powerless. Leaving the past in the past can be challenging, and I get it, but it is not nearly as painful as holding on to a relationship that has run its course, or staying in a relationship where you no longer belong. And when you come to the realization that your current reality is not in alignment with being your best self, and you accept that change is necessary, you allow yourself the opportunity to move forward and step into a healthier and happier life. And also, by relinquishing unhealthy relationships, you free yourself from resistance and struggle. So learning to let go of relationships where your needs are not being met is an important part of self-care. And I now would like to share with you just a few steps that you can take to help you let go of relationships that are no longer serving you. Now, first, you want to recognize there is a disconnect and acknowledge that you may need to make a change. Second, allow yourself the time and the space to practice self-compassion. And this is super important. And as a side note, I have a whole episode dedicated to compassion on my blog at lorilandercoaching.com/self-compassion. And I'll also provide a link to the blog in the notes below. Now, third, ensure that you surround yourself with positivity, with love, and with support. And I cannot stress this enough. Whether it be a trusted friend, a coach, a therapist, make sure you have someone to talk to. The stronger your support system, the better. And during this transitional time, lastly, you want to commit to your future. Begin small steps, immerse yourself in doing what you love and doing what lights you up on a daily basis. And as you start to gain momentum and continue to embrace healthy relationships where you feel supported and nourished and respected, letting go becomes easier as time passes. So now I'm going to quickly recap for you these steps again that you can take to help you let go. First, recognize the disconnect and acknowledge that you may need to make a change. Second, practice self-compassion. Third, ensure you have a strong support system, whether it be a trusted adult, a friend, coach, or therapist. And fourth, commit to your future and embrace healthy relationships where you feel supported, nourished, and respected. And I do want to add that if you are conflicted about letting go of a relationship you're currently in, I strongly suggest that you seek out a professional for support. Thank you so much for watching today. I am Lori Lander with Lori Lander Coaching,